Hi guys. They say that the fools just talk, but the wise people have conversations. And today we are going to have a conversation. And what is making me even much, much more excited is the guest that I have today. She is looking marvelous. Oh, fabulous. Amazing. Yeah. And I've known her for the last 13 years. So trust me when I say she is very sensible, she is wise, and it's very, very easy to relate to her. It is none other than Sarah.
Hi guys.
I'm Michelle Kaibere, and I'll start by a small story before I even introduce the topic today. So, Sarah, let me give you a story. When I was in high school, Form 1 first term, I was sick, and I want to say I had homesickness, but no, I was just sick, and we were not eating very well because high school glorified prisons, and so I went to my nurse, the school nurse, hey, and she was so rude, and I can remember I was diagnosed with breast cancer just by her looking at me like this. And I was explaining, no, every time I eat, I feel pain. And so when I went home, it was discovered that I have H. pylori. But in school, I was told I have breast cancer. And she was so rude. She was very arrogant. I can remember the small book we usually given. She took it, threw it at the door, and told me to go collect it. And I couldn't understand what the problem was. And I used to think, okay, maybe it's just school nurses because you're students. There's nothing you can do about it. And then from time to time, I started seeing complaints online. It's all nurses, especially in public hospitals. Not only even in Kenya. I saw complaints from Ugandans, and I said, you know what, today we are going to focus on purely that. What is wrong with nurses? Because no one was born rude. There has to be an issue somewhere.
Yeah, this is so true because I've experienced the same, especially in the public hospitals. About the school nurses,
Hey.
apparently in my school we didn't have one.
Uh-huh.
We used to have a nurse, and whenever you got sick, she would only give you Piriton.
Painkillers.
Yeah.
Oh, and was she rude?
Well, yeah, at times because in my school I think a lot of people used to pretend they were sick so that they could go home.
Mm-hmm.
So that anger she used to generate it to other people. Yeah, so she was a bit rude sometimes. I'm the type of people who don't get sick, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, so she never used to see you oftenly, so
Yeah.
probably she thought you were genuine.
Well, these are stories I had from people who used to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they went to the matron, they were given only Piriton and told to go back to class.
And then they get more sick
Yeah.
and sick and sick. So for me, I only used to think it's only school nurses because as a student, there's nothing you can do about it. But then I discovered even in public hospitals. And so I was researching why. And one of the reasons I found is that these people are overworked
Yeah, true.
but underpaid. Ruto, baby. Ruto,
So,
stop joking. We'll call you tax collector forever. Anyway, just for the respect of the government, Ruto, do something about it. Please don't say I threatened you. We kind of love you. A little bit. A little bit. Please change. And so you can find that a nurse is working both the day shift and the night shift, and the tools and the equipment that she has, they're not even enough for the kind of work she's doing. And I've talked to a few nurses, And I used to think probably if you're a nurse, you have been given your department.
Yeah.
Probably you're in the maternity department, but you're finding one is in maternity department, a little bit physiotherapy, then they're in surgery. What do you think can be done?
Well, for me, no, me, I have this one time when I was in high school, I had a friend. She used to struggle with pimples, the acne on the face.
Yeah.
She decided to go to a public hospital for help, and she wasn't attended to because she was told, nyinyi wasichana wa shule mnapenda kujipakapaka vitu kwa uso alafu mnakuja huku kutusumbua, so rudi home ungojea dili utafika 20 years ndio ukuje tukuangalie juu people believe that whenever you are past the age of
20.
yeah, that is when your acne will start maybe reducing on your face, because it's something that I've struggled with myself. Yeah.
I think that's traumatizing. That's traumatizing to someone. You don't even know if they're struggling with their self-image, and already you're telling them about how they look, how they shouldn't look like. And you're a doctor,
Yeah.
you're a nurse.
So
One
wrong.
way or another, you're supposed to heal the body as well as heal the mind. You know, and how they talk to you, one way or another, we can't blame them. And even if we say they are overworked and underpaid, it's still not reason enough to be rude to someone.
Because I'm there to be helped.
Exactly.
So I don't see why
And to traumatize someone. There was a story I was reading, and I think you know about it.
yeah.
Some lady from Bungoma visited a hospital. She was expectant and almost giving birth. She was told, take yourself to the maternity. You have 2 legs, walk yourself to the maternity room. And on the way, the labor pains got very worse to a point her water was breaking. And when the nurses came to help her, they were beating her up for having dirtified the floor. Now we have moved from nurses being rude to nurses getting violent.
Yeah. Anyway, that's so wrong, because I want to imagine whoever did that to her, maybe she was a mother, so she knows the kind of pain she was going through that time.
Exactly. And even if she's not a mother, he or she came from a mother.
Yeah. So I think that was not nice of them. And it's known. It's known that nurses are usually very rude. Well, not all, because
of course not
we've
all.
had people say this is mostly from public hospitals. Nurses from private hospitals are actually nice.
Yeah, they're very nice. They actually dress according to the environment, because I'd love to shout out Gertrude's Hospital, because their nurses dress in like Frozen attire,
Yeah.
Cinderella. So it's you can. I'm 20, but I want to go there and see just a nurse dressed like that. Already calms my mind, and I feel less sick because it starts with the mind.
Yeah.
But you're there, and your nurse is pulling your hand and injecting you as if you're just a piece of timber or metal. And it really traumatizes someone. It really traumatizes someone. And when you open your social media pages, TikTok, most of these comedians, they mimic what happens when you go to a nurse.
Yeah, true.
With the kind of things they tell you, especially if they want to inject your butt. They start saying about the color, whether it's hard or soft. And you're there sick, lying down on a hard bed with no color, just a gray or green bed. Aye, a lot needs to be done, and we're going to start with how nurses strike. These people strike because they are underpaid.
Yeah.
Why do you think they are underpaid? And the people who are supposed to pay them have helicopters, have helicopters,
Because
politicians,
taking vacations.
to Dubai. These people have lunch in Kisumu, they have breakfast in Nairobi, they have dinner in Mombasa, they take their family to the Maldives. Their kids cannot even speak Swahili, but it becomes impossible to pay nurses, knowing very well that healthcare is one of the most important services in a country, in any country. Where do you think they are taking this money?
Yeah, we really didn't know for sure.
Wherever you guys are taking this money, bring it back. We pay our nurses. It, there has to be a, there has to be a solution somewhere. Now, I have also seen that interns, like students who are studying nursing, because I have a few friends, they are also bullied by the senior nurses they meet there.
I've never heard of that.
I think these people have so much bitterness that they are releasing the bitterness towards anyone they come across with.
No, I heard someone say that they usually very rude because the money they used to pay their school fees and whatever they're getting paid is not adding up. So like they're really angry.
So I used 100 Gs to study to be a nurse. You're
Yeah.
giving me 20 Gs.
And apart from that, their pay is delayed.
I see. You guys, money is not everything, but money is the only thing. Because I can clearly see the issue here is money.
Yeah.
And if you pay these nurses well, things are going to change. Because I have friends who went to do nursing in the States. And I'm not hearing complaints about them being rude. Of course, there are racial issues. Probably someone who's of a different race doesn't want to be treated by someone of a darker shade. But
There's
they're
a lot of
not rude
racism.
because payment is not delayed. If it was delayed or if they were underpaid, then why would I move to Kenya to the States to work if I'd be getting underpaid? Anyway, we're going to get back to that line of story, but first of all, my co-host and I are going to play a small game just to break the ice, to stop the unserious people from wondering, are they ever going to say anything fun? Yes, we are going to say anything fun. We are going to, in fact, do fun things right now.
Yeah.
So this game is called Win or Bin, whereby I say something and you decide whether it's a win or bin, and we say why. If it's a bin, it goes to the dustbin. If it's a win, then of course, yes, it's a win. So the first statement is plastic surgery. Is it a win or is it a bin?
It depends
Okay.
because you see some of those people who get plastic surgeries, they do it maybe to raise their confidence with how they're feeling about themselves. So that's not wrong. But if you're doing for other purposes, um, that's not right.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I don't think I'll choose. I'd choose whether it's a win. But if I was to do it personally, I wouldn't do it because
You wouldn't do it.
I'm okay with the
Okay. But from what you have seen about celebrities doing plastic surgery, its effects, what side would you lean on more? Probably 60 to 40%, 70, 30%.
definitely at that, and that's a bin from the side where we have the celebrities doing it because they are displaying something that they're giving the young people wrong ideas of how they should look. Yeah.
Personally, I think it's 100% bin. Please, please don't change your jaw and make it look sharper. Sweetie, however you were born. You look great. You know, whether your friends call you flatmates
Yeah,
because you're not curvaceous, you're beautiful
the way you are.
as you are. Sometimes I know it's very hard to believe it. It's very hard to look at the mirror and say, oh my God, I don't even like the color of my eyes. I wish I was a little bit taller. God knows why He made you short and accept being short.
Short men.
Yes. He knows why you're so tall. Probably because one way or another, He's going to put you in the NBA.
Yeah.
So I know it's easy to change because you see celebrities looking like the exact number 8. You know, like I'm supposed to be this way, and there's a way people want you to look like. There's a standard of beauty. I think in the past, something that I even discussed with my sister when we were watching throwback videos, it's only the small white girls who used to be in videos, right? But nowadays, hey, the dynamics have changed. And I think people just like going with a trend. But you can go with a trend in your mind, just leave your body to be.
But I think for plastic surgery is very unnecessary because recently there's a celebrity who has died. I'm not gonna mention who, and it's believed that she went to do a tummy tuck. She was from giving birth. She had not yet healed, and she went and do it, and unluckily she lost her life.
You see, baki jinsi ulivyo.
Mm.
Stay as you are. Flat or not, sharp jaw or not, big forehead or not, please stay as you are. We actually told people with big foreheads can smoke a cigarette without it getting rained on, you know. We're told you can cover your body as it rains. There are many advantages to having a big forehead. There are also advantages to having a small head. I don't know the color of your eyes. Jamani, mnanishtua. Anyway, the next one. Win or bin, dating your friend.
Definitely a bin.
Definitely a bin. Why?
Bin.
I feel like people say marry your best friend.
Well, there's difference between marrying and dating. But I will not date my friends. No.
Why? Let's say someone you've been to primary school with, high school, you've known each other for approximately 7 years, and now you're starting to feeling the spark. The spark is coming. The electricity is flowing. Why not?
You know, in many cases, when you date your friends and it doesn't go right, then you're going to lose both your friend and him as your partner.
I told you she's white.
So I choose to keep my
Ubongo.
friendship, you know, because I think there's a lot that comes with friendship than having a partner.
Yeah. And I think having a partner, it's like a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
If you're not ready, don't engage.
Yeah, you wouldn't wear nice clothes for your for your boys, for your morios. You just wear your dirty long shirts.
You're just
Long
yourself.
shirts. Yeah.
This other side, you have to start impressing. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I also
It's
think
a
it's
lot
a
of
lot.
work.
It's 100%.
It's a lot of work.
It's 100% the bin.
Being.
Win or bin? Lending your friends a lot of money.
Well, that we could actually put it into context because you see, you can lend money to somebody you believe they'll return. You know, the people you can lend money and that's it. And for me, I think if your friend actually borrows you money, they don't value your friendship. They
Hey,
do not.
hey.
They don't. And if you know you're not going to pay back my money, just don't ask for it. Or maybe you're giving me period of time. You're telling me that maybe by June, by the end of June, I'm going to have returned your money, and then you don't, and then you're not communicating. Yeah, so I personally, for me, I decided to put boundaries in lending my friends money. And if I'm going to lend you money, I'm giving you an amount that I am comfortable losing, and I know it won't affect me. Yeah.
I think in one way or another, it's a been because of the character that people have built nowadays of not returning or not even being appreciative. Or when you can't be able to return, you're not even telling the person, I'm struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably add a day or
The
two.
problem is not you're not
Yeah, people are
communicating.
not
Just tell me you're not able to give back
communication,
the money.
mazungumzo,
Yeah.
binadamu. And so I think it's a been. I would rather be there, and it's an issue you have. Probably there's something you need to pay. You have 100 shillings less, and it will be easier if I'm there than I pay that person.
Yeah.
But nitumie.
Nitumie
even
nitakurudishia
even the
by when.
vocabulary itself, it just sends you off. And what I'll tell people, if you're about to do something, make sure you have budgeted and you have a little bit more than what you had budgeted for. Of course, accidents happen, but let's do our best to avoid them to keep the friendship being a friendship. Sasa you're making someone turn into a loan officer all of a sudden, Sherlock, all of a sudden nataka tukuchote, and there's
Kila
nothing we
saa.
can grab
Yeah.
from you. We don't want your clothes, we don't want your shoes. So I think lending money is a bin. The last one we know bin, friends who get excessively drunk or lit in parties. Wale wa
Um,
kubebwa.
well, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. But what I would say is, if you know, don't drink beyond your limits. Kunywa penye unajua, ukisikia zimeanza kushika, acha. Juu utapea watu kazi. Yeah.
Personally, I think it's a bin. Sometimes it's a win for me because I am all for the drama. Yes, please start crying, I watch you. You know, start saying how you're going to call I don't know who and who. But it gets so that in the next morning we can tell you how you were, and then we can laugh a little bit. But at the end of the day, that's not how I want to see someone I call a friend. You know, I want to see you knowing your limits, knowing I don't like this, let me not try this, you know. So
No,
it's
my,
a been for me. Ebu look at me, nakubeba aje.
no, my advice is, kama unajua wewe ni wa kuzima, make sure uko na marafiki wazuri,
Yeah.
watu watakubeba. Hawatakurecord and post you online.
Yeah.
Yeah, pia the kind of friends that you have really matters. Juu kuna wenye unazima na wanakuacha.
Yeah.
Unaamka kwa baa peke yako. And then you start calling people fake friends. Na wewe unaenda kupea watu kazi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So choose your friends wisely.
Yeah. They're called friends, not people I've employed to carry me.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And the difference is not, it's so huge. Yeah. So we're going to get back to the topic about nurses being rude. So we're going to talk about your icks with nurses. What are the things that nurses have personally done to you, said to you, or you've had that just put you off? Personally, in this day and age, I know needles can't be shared,
Yeah.
right? And I know they take needles and throw them once they are used. Never in my life. These are stories that I hear from people above 70 that needles are boiled. Mambo ya kuchemsha shindano tuliachia wahenga. But I have been to, let's say, a clinic, a dispensary, zahanati, and I have witnessed a needle being boiled to be put inside my veins. The trauma, even when I talk about it right now, I was so shocked. And I can remember it was this arm and it was here. For 3 good days, I was still feeling the pain from the needle. So I wouldn't know, because if the government hasn't provided you with equipment to make sure that you're doing clean work and fine work, why then would you go ahead and just do things anyhow? Because you know it's not right, but you're still doing it for the sake of doing it. You can tell someone, we're supposed to inject you, but we don't have enough injections. Probably we can refer you to hospital A and B and C, instead of boiling. Mbona unanichemshia sindano lakini? And then, what if I die?
Well, it's the government problem, since they don't have enough facilities. But it's wrong, because you're taught you're not supposed to share needles. There are a lot of diseases that can be transmitted through that.
Exactly.
You're putting other people's life at risk.
A government has a lot to do. It has a lot to do, from healthcare to education to all sectors. It's a lot. It's a lot that we have to do, because we are putting the mental health of these nurses at risk. Day by day, they have to think about going to work tomorrow in that environment. You're also putting the patient on stress, because they're like, hey, if I meet nurse A and B, I am done, you know. And even the colleagues, at times you can be toxic to one another. You have stress from home, you have stress from this person, your salary is going to delay. So even the motivation to work isn't there.
Yeah.
What is your ache with a nurse, either from personal experience or something you've had?
No, me, I've witnessed a nurse being rude to an old person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, old people, the way they take time before they move from one place to another.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the nurse is very impatient. She's like, hey, susonge haraka, kuna wengine wananingojea, nafaa kuwa attend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was a bit harsh.
It felt like,
because it's an old person.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the energy that you have to move from one place to another that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was wrong.
And sometimes you witness some things and you feel like, okay, tukunje mashati, mimi na huyo nurse right now. Because when it comes to old people, expectant mothers, kids,
because I don't think she would have treated her grandma like that.
Yeah.
Or her mother.
Like, would you like to take your mother to hospital and ambiwa akimbie? Like, where is the Kipchoge in a 90-year-old woman? And so I think, bottom line, it has to start from the government. Do something about that paycheck. Do something about the facilities. Do something about the environment. And
work
if the
shifts.
nurses, and the work shifts. And if the nurses don't change, then take them to the psychiatrical board, because definitely the problem is here now. Yeah. So we're going to play our last game as we conclude. I saw it somewhere online. It's called Kiss, Kill, or Marry. You don't have to ask me, I'm already married to Jesus. So I'm only going to ask you, and you have to choose.
Okay.
So the first, I'm going to ask you in three people. So the first people are Flaticalus. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Yes, so Flaticalus. Crazy Kenna. Daddy Amor.
It's kill.
Kill, kiss, or marry.
Okay. So first, I'll marry Crazy Kenna. Crazy Kenna is a whole asset, you guys.
Uh-huh.
I'll kill Zadi Amor. I'd kiss Flaticalus.
Flaticalus, okay. Why would you marry Crazy Kenna?
Yeah, Crazy Kenna, I mean, everybody sees his work. He's very, you know,
Diligent.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Best believe when you're married to him, you'll be fine. You won't suffer in this life. You won't suffer.
Even the creativity is
Yeah.
top notch.
Who will interact a kid with Crazy Kenna?
Ish! Ambonimoro. The next people, Flaco, Raila, Amolo Odinga, Kashagwa. Riggy G.
So we said Raila,
Mm-hmm.
Ashago, and
Flaco.
I'll kill Flaco. He's already taken, respect. Marry Raila.
I'm really waiting for the reason as to why.
I'll marry Raila and kill Gashago.
Kill
Yeah.
Gashagwa.
Yeah.
One way or another, I'd get married to Gashagwa for the sake of comedy. Because this man, hey, this man makes me laugh in all his speeches. And he's so open. So I'd be there for the laughs. But like I said, I'm humbly committed to the one and only handsome Son of God. And I'm staying true to that. Na hamningoi pa Yesu hamningoi. Yes. So the last people I'm going to ask in a set of girls, and this is going to be best friend, normal friend, or enemy. So there's one person you can keep as your best friend, there's the other one for just the vibes and talking, and the other one you would never in your whole life you would Keranta, Pretty Vichy, Aziad.
I'll keep Kerant as my best friend. I like her vibe a lot. She's someone, when you're with her, busy boyka.
Yeah.
Definitely vibe with both Pretty Vichy and Aziad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you never dare?
None.
None.
Yeah, because I think everyone has
Their own.
they have something good in them. Yeah.
Nakuona. The last set, Oprah Winfrey, Angelina Jolie, Michelle Kaivere.
Best friend to Michelle, obviously. I've known you for long, so I think that would be fine. You said Michelle, Oprah, and
Angelina Jolie.
vibe with Oprah. Angelina Jolie. Okay, I have no idea. That is.
I don't know if you've watched. She has starred in a lot of movies, even a Disney movie, Maleficent. Oh. Yeah, the story who's Maleficent.
No, I'll vibe with her too.
Vibe with her too. Because I think, she's amazing. like her. She has activated her dark feminine energy. Almost everyone loves her because you can't lack a few haters. But yes, we have come to the end of the podcast. I want you to take your time and rewatch again. Please watch twice. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have nothing to comment, please just say your co host is very beautiful. Your co host is very beautiful. If you have nothing to comment, just comment that. Don't send emojis, a lot of emojis. No, thank you. Just say your co host is very beautiful. Comment on what you would like us to talk about next time, what kind of games you would like us to play, who you would like to see next. Please keep it fresh, keep it positive, keep it locked only here, here. And if you get the chance, please write a letter to Ruto and tell her, Sir, could you please pay the nurses? Like I said, fool people talk, but wise people have conversations. And I hope and pray that you enjoyed this conversation. It's your girl,
Sarah.
and it's your girl, Michelle Kaibere. And that's period. Thank you.